All right, this is for all you Mopar guys out there. If you're a mechanic and you rebuild Mopar motors, big blocks all the time, you can just move on. This ain't for you. You already know what you're doing. But I will tell you, you're taking a lot of things for granted when you think you put a video out there and you're helping people. It's the little things that are so important that'll help the people that don't know what they're doing or just learning, and that should be why you're making the video in the first place. This is my 39 Chevrolet pickup. It came with a 1964 426 big block wedge max HD, which stands for high block. I didn't put this in it. It came with it, but it was an old motor. And it's got the push button shifters in there. So I've taken the truck and I've cleaned it up, painted the frame and everything on it, and have gone through the whole truck. I've learned how to work on the shifter. I've learned everything on my own, and I only make videos when I can't find it on YouTube. So if you already made a video, then I'm not making it. I've searched all over YouTube for videos on how to do this stuff, and I can't find it, and that's why I'm making this one. This big block here, I did an in-frame refresh on it, which means I've changed out the bearings. I put new piston rings in it without boring it out, new oil pump, and I had the heads redone and refreshed it that way. Because the motor ran great, but it had some blow-by, which means the rings wore out. But when I put this back together, there's some things I didn't know, especially if you've always worked in Chevrolets, and I've always worked on Chevrolets. I've never worked on Mopar before. And a couple of things that caused me some really big issues is one, the push rods. And these big block Mopars are solid lifters, and they're not hydraulic. In the Chevrolet, and especially the small block standard, they come with hydraulic lifters, which means it pumps oil out through the push rod. They're hollow, pumps oil out to oil these rocker arms. And I had a visual aid, but I can't find it anywhere. And what that is one, the push rods have a pointy end and a round end. And I looked all over the internet to try to figure out which end went where, because I did not think of it as an issue. The Chevrolets, you can put them in either way, they're the same. But Mopar, they have a pointy end, and that pointy end goes into the lifter. You could put this on either way, but it's made to go into the lifter. So put the push rod small end into the lifter and the big end into the rocker arm. Two, it's not gonna oil at the top. And this was my biggest problem, was that in the bottom, this is a solid rod, it goes from front to back on these lifters, on this 426 big block. And it's hollow. It's got a cap on this end and a cap on that end. And what it does, it pumps oil up through this bolt and this, see this bolt and this bolt here. They're longer bolts, and these other ones are shorter, so the longer ones go here, but pumps oil up into this tube through those bolts. And if you pull those out, you can actually find a little hole with a piece of copper wire, or I use little pipe cleaners I get off Amazon to clean those tubes out. But what the issue is I put this back together, and there's holes in each one of these, where these lifters go. And I had them pointed up because I thought, because I've done Chevrolets, I'm used to oil coming out the top. And I thought that would oil the lifters. And what happened was, it'll go that way, you'll put it together, but what I figured out is that only the back four get oiled. The front ones don't get oiled. So if you've got a problem oiling on a Mopar you put together, if you see the holes up here, that's the problem. The holes are supposed to point down, because that lets it build up pressure, get oil all the way up to the front of these lifters. As a matter of fact, when I put this back together the last time, that's why I took it apart, to try to figure out why it wasn't oiling. And there's nothing online to show you that. But this side, I actually put together with the holes down, and the other side I put together with the holes up. And I've got pictures of it, but I don't know how to add it to the video. And so when I put it back together, I noticed this whole side is oiling, and it took me a few minutes to figure out that I had holes up on that side, and I had no holes shown on this side. Then it dawned on me that the holes would go down, and it oils internally, and that's how it builds pressure all the way up to the front. So when you're putting this big block together, the holes go down in the bottom of the lifter and oils through the tube that way. They do not go up. You do not see oil squirting out like you do a Chevrolet. So the push rods, the small part goes down, the oil holes go down on the rock arms. This thing's oiling beautifully now. So just remember that. The best thing you can do is this first time you've ever taken any motor together, but especially this Mopar if you're a Chevy guy, is to take pictures of everything as you take it apart. I think that would save me a headache. Also on this distributor, I went to Amazon after I put the new oil pump on, and for just a few bucks, I bought this pre-oiling rod. It's made for Mopars. You put it on the drill, pull the distributor out, put it in the hole, and turn it counterclockwise, and it'll run your oil pump up. You can pre-oil your motor before you fire it up. Anyway, if you're rebuilding a Mopar big block, some minor details that will help you out. I hope. It sure would help me if I could find this video. This is Shan Shop. This is my 39 Chevrolet. And this is a video, hopefully this took completely original, that'll help you out.